Hello everybody. In this video, we will try to understand the behavior of Saturn in the dhanishta Capricorn. So 12th July onwards, Saturn started moving in the nakshatra dhanishta. So currently it is in dhanishta nakshatra. We already made a video on Saturn retrograde in Capricorn. In that video, we clearly understood how this particular transit is going to impact the rulers, especially the bad rulers around the world. And you just imagine 12th July itself, a Sri Lanka president, he ran away from the country. So these are very normal things when Saturn is in, especially Saturn retrogrades in the Capricorn, that too in the dhanishta nakshatra. Now, just imagine this is only a simple thing that happened, and rulers feel very bad whenever Saturn transits in the nakshatra Shravana, and also dhanishta. If and only if, only for dhanishta I am saying, in the Vedic New Year, if Saturn is the king of the Vedic New Year, and in that New Year, if you observe, Saturn is transiting in the dhanishta nakshatra, so Saturn shows a very bad behavior. So Saturn generally represents the Naxalites, the terrorists, and also Saturn represents protest energy, strikes, right? The terrorist activities, bombing activities. You just imagine WTO towers incident happened when Saturn was in dhanishta 30 years back. So Saturn comes to a nakshatra every 30 years once. So this bombing activities, this kind of energy you can always expect, and that too this year Saturn is the king of this Vedic New Year. So just imagine this for the next July, August, September till I think October 22nd. Till that time Saturn is going to be retrograde in dhanishta. Even after that it will be in the forward motion, but the retrograde motion of Saturn is very, very powerful. The energy is going to be much more bad, you can say, and that too Saturn is the king of the Vedic New Year. And here we need to understand the behavior of the nakshatra dhanishta. So what is dhanishta nakshatra? Basically it's a Mars nakshatra. So every Mars nakshatra, other Mars nakshatras are Mrugashira, Chitra. Every planet has 3 nakshatras assigned. So Mars has 3 nakshatras, Mrugashira, Chitra and dhanishta. So every Mars nakshatra acts as a bridge between an earthy sign and an airy sign. If you see Mrugashira, 1-2 padas are in Taurus, which is an earthy sign, and 3-4 padas are in Gemini, an airy sign. And Chitra, 1-2 padas are in Virgo, which is an earthy sign, and 3-4 padas are in Libra, which is an airy sign. Similarly, dhanishta, 1-2 padas are in Capricorn and 3-4 padas are in Aquarius, where Capricorn is the earthy sign and Aquarius is the airy sign. So now, what is the impact? What is dhanishta basically? Dhanishta, generally you see it as a most famous one, most wealthiest, it's also called as Stravishta because after Shravana it started. So with the naming convention, they came up with the idea of Stravishta, which is the meaning is most heard of, most famous. That is the meaning of Stravishta. Dhanishta is more wealthy, and also there is a concept of music involving here. The music that people generally talk about is the music on the earthly plane, but the dhanishta energy music is a celestial music, which is very much required to maintain the rhythm of the universe, to maintain the orchestration of the universe. In order to maintain it, a part of destruction is always needed. So when there is some kind of destruction, so after that there would be some new beginnings, and thereby the rhythm of the universe can be continued. Especially, people generally also say dhanishta acts as a bridge between the Vishnu energy and the Shiva energy. Capricorn dhanishta is Vishnu energy, and Aquarius dhanishta is the Shiva energy, Lord Shiva energy. So Aquarius part seems to be, more a kind of dissolution or destruction energy, but at the same time you need to understand, if you understand the Hindu Puranas, the Vedic Puranas, you can clearly see that Vishnu in different avatars killed so many demons. So when Saturn comes to Capricorn, that to Capricorn dhanishta, it is going to kill a lot of bad rulers. It's just assassination of bad rulers. It's running away from the country. This kind of rulers, bad rulers mainly, and bad rulers may sometimes they may commit suicide, or they may go bankrupt, right? So this is a very, very unfortunate situation for the leaders all over the world. Most of the times terrorists kill the bad rulers, or the Protestants, or the Naxalites, some kind of this kind of people, right? The people having lot of anger, lot of rebellion ideology, rebellious ideology against the government. So this kind of people may try to kill the rulers also, if the rulers are very bad, that too, right? If the rulers are not taking care of the lower class people in the society. So Saturn generally represents the lower class society people, the daily wage earners, right? So it's very really it's a very, very unfortunate situation for all the rulers all over the world. Whoever doing bad to the society, whoever are really bad in ruling. So dhanishta, if you see, it's always about materialism. It's always about, it's a Mars nakshatra. If you want to feel the energy of dhanishta is an embodiment, is a mixture of Rahu, is a mixture of Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Mars, Saturn, Uranus. If you mix these 4 planetary energies, you will get dhanishta energy. That is the most, you can say, most dangerous energy that you can ever see. That is the energy, and that too, when Saturn is transiting dhanishta, and in the same year Saturn is the king for that year, so you cannot expect anything good generally, especially in the part of rulers. But lower class people, they may express their ideas, they may come up with new ideas, they may protest against the government, they may try to demand what they really want from the government, right? So this kind of behavior you can really observe, and Ashtavasus are the deities of dhanishta. And one more thing is, Lord Shiva is also the deity of dhanishta nakshatra basically. And if you talk about the dhanishta nakshatra, dhamaru is a symbolism. Dhamaru is not the tabla, the mridanga. The dhamaru you see with the Lord Shiva, that is Lord Shiva's dhamaru, right? It is the indication of the celestial music, means to maintain that rhythm, and also it's the symbolism of the destruction or the overpower of Mars. It's a more powerful energy, you can say, because see, Mrigashira is a seed of Mars energy, and Chitra is a flower of Martian energy, whereas dhanishta is a fruit of Mars, and it's a pinnacle of, or you can say apex or zenith, or whatever words you can use here, you can use, but that is the peak power of Martian energy you can see in the dhanishta. Even Mars exalts at 28 degrees of Capricorn, right? So this is the energy of dhanishta. And if you talk about generally for the people, let's take Lord Sri Rama's horoscope, Cancer ascendant, Cancer moon, and the 7th cusp is falling in Capricorn. So this is Capricorn dhanishta. Dhanishta is not so good for marital affairs, especially, right? Especially when 7th cusp is falling in the dhanishta Capricorn. Because if you see dhanishta first pada, the first pada, if any planet is present in dhanishta first pada, it automatically falls in the Leo Navamsha. In the Navamsha chakra, you can find the planet in the Leo sign. So dhanishta first pada, the energy is of Mars, Saturn and Sun. Why Mars? Because dhanishta's ruler is Mars. And why Saturn? Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. And why Sun? Because in the Navamsha it is the Leo. So Sun, Mars and Saturn energy is a mixture of that energy. So the ego, the kind of aggression, the kind of maleficness that Saturn induces here, it's whole mixture of some kind of malefic nature, and the whole thing is dhanishta 1. If your 7th cusp is falling in the dhanishta first pada, or any malefic planet is in the 7th house in the dhanishta first pada, so it is not going to give a very good marital life. It's a bad thing for marital life. And dhanishta 2, if you see, it's in the Virgo Navamsha, Mercury is the ruler. So Mercury is a neutral planet. It is not going to increase or decrease the badness of this Mars Saturn mixture mixture of energy. So basically, but when Mercury means dhanishta 2 pada, you have, let us say, planet is present in dhanishta 2 pada, it is generally going to give a kind of skill, because Mercury is all about logic, academics, it's logical thinking, analysis, analytical power, it's the competitive examination planet. It's actually it's intelligence. Mercury is basically the intelligent planet of intelligence, we say. So skill also, planet of skill, planet of communication. So when Mercury is coming into the picture, that is in the dhanishta 2 pada, dhanishta 2 pada energy is of Mars, Saturn, Mercury. So here Mars is the capacity to work more and more energy, having more energy. Saturn is the maintaining that pace and discipline and continuously working nature, and Mercury is the skill. So that kind of people, they excel in any. So basically dhanishta 2 is very much famous for skillful people, especially skillful musicians, because Mercury gives that communication between the brain and the hands here, and the people can be very accurate in playing piano or any kind of musical instrument. So dhanishta is famous for music and dancing. A lot of musicians and dancers you can find in the dhanishta nakshatra energy. May not necessarily moon dhanishta, it can be any other planet also, which is very much benefic for the lagna and placed in the dhanishta nakshatra. Now all dhanishta people, they may have a very bad phase going on in their life, and they definitely come out of that bad phase and they get good luck generally. That is the general idea. And one more thing is dhanishta 3 is good for marriage, because here in the Navamsha you can see the Libra Navamsha. Dhanishta 3 is of Libra Navamsha. So here the energy of Saturn, Mars and Venus is coming into the picture. So Venus, mixing Venus with Saturn and Mars is very much better for the marital life. So dhanishta 3 is can give a passionate and disciplined and very blissful marriage life. There is a probability, more probability, especially you have 7th cusp in dhanishta 3. And dhanishta 4 is also very bad for marriage, because dhanishta 4, it's not necessarily moon, it can be any planet which is any other planet which is very much significant in your horoscope is falling in dhanishta 4, and that too in the 7th cusp. That's the most important thing, the 7th cusp. Where is your 7th cusp? Because 7th cusp is always about marriage and public relationships, and also to an extent maintaining the image of your image of yours. And dhanishta 4, the Scorpio Navamsha, is having the energy of Mars, Saturn and Mars, because Mars is the dhanishta lord and Saturn is the lord of Aquarius, and then again Scorpio Navamsha. So for Scorpio the ruler is Mars. So here too much impact of too much involvement of Mars is very much bad for marriage. So dhanishta 4, if it is in your 7th cusp, then it is not at all a good thing for your marriage. So dhanishta energy, as we discussed previously, it's equivalent to the Rahu, Mars, Saturn and Uranus mixture. And whenever you see especially Saturn transiting dhanishta, that to a powerful Saturn, because the Saturn is powerful, as I am telling again and again, for this Vedic New Year, from April 2022 to next year, April 2023, till that time, Saturn is the ruler of this particular phase, April 2022 to April 2023. Saturn is the ruler. So Saturn is the king of this particular Vedic New Year. So totally Saturn is going to give a lot of hurdles for all the rulers. You just imagine some rulers may resign, may get assassinated or whatever, as we discussed just now. So it's a bad transit basically, as see, when Saturn is transiting Aquarius part of Dhanishta, that is okay to an extent, but when Saturn is transiting the Capricorn part of Dhanishta, that is going to be more dangerous, right? So that's the whole picture here. And Ashtavasus are the deities of Dhanishta. See, Ashtavasus are always about materialism. So when you talk about Dhanishta, you generally don't talk about spirituality. You talk about materialism only, because this Dhanishta energy is fully materialistic. Ashtavasus are the symbols of materialism on the earth, right? Whatever, we will discuss this Ashtavasus thing in some other video, but whatever Ashtavasus, they have different nakshatras energies also. If you take Apa, one of the Ashtavasus, it's energy of Purvashadha. Like that, there is a Vayu energy, which is a Swati nakshatra energy also. It comes into the picture here. So several energies, it's an embodiment of several energies, Dhanishta nakshatra. Also you can find famous Dhanishta girls are generally they are beautiful. Generally people say if a girl has more Dhanishta energy, the way she looks or everything is very much passionate, and they are basically gorgeous. And you can find a lot of movie heroines belonging to this Dhanishta nakshatra energy, and musicians, dancers. Also these people are basically, they are very hard working, because Martian energy is more here. So they want hard working in the sense, whether they do hard work or not, they want to do hard work. That is one thing. It's not that they are hard working. I'm not putting it very high in a complete picture, but they are a bit hard working, but at the same time they want materialism more. So based on the planetary energies falling in the Dhanishta, right, corresponding to the Lagna, their hard working nature depends, right? Because basically they want materialistic things. So some people may do a lot of hard work to achieve that. Some people may do less hard work, as we discussed based on the Navamsha things also. And also you need to see the strength of the planet that is present in the Dhanishta. So basically Dhanishta, the Ashtavasus, or the Shiva, the deities of this particular nakshatra, and Dhamaru is the symbolism here, or the flute, Lord Krishna's flute also can be the symbolism. Basically it is showing a kind of hollowness, and finally releasing some music. That music is not the earthly plane, just not the earthly plane music, but it is a celestial music which is going to maintain the rhythm of the universe. And there is a hollowness part here, whether it is a flute or Dhamaru. Why the music? It is able to generate the music because of that hollowness, because of that receptiveness. It is able to receive something and totally process it, and finally it will give some rhythm. It will give music to maintain the rhythm of the universe, and that music, that celestial music, is very much powerful. So generally Dhanishta people are very much they can easily get adjusted to the source, right? Whatever source they have, they can easily get adjusted to it also. So totally I am trying to say here, Saturn entered Dhanishta, that to retrograde Saturn, which is a powerful Saturn compared to any other Saturn. That to this Vedic New Year, he is the ruler, he is the king. So from 12th July to 22nd October 2022, it's going to be a biggest a biggest examination, a biggest phase for all the rulers. If the rulers are bad, they have to get the punishment, and the punishment is beyond the imagination of mankind, you know. So all the bad rulers, nobody can save them basically. Most probably you will find so many bad rulers will be dying, will be assassinated, and so many bad stuff, very very bad stuff, all for all the bad rulers. So it is also possible that some terrorists may cut these bad rulers into pieces, you know. It's a pathetic situation for all the bad rulers. See, this is the punishment you're getting. This is the punishment that they are getting for what they did for so many years. It's not just, you know, an instantaneous thing that's happening. It's a kind of, as a part of the continuation of, you know, the bad work that they did, and this is the biggest of all the punishments they are going to get. Thanks for watching this video.